Hi guys, welcome to the video. In this one, I am with special guests. We're here to talk about the second semifinal and our predictions. We'll start with the running order again, and yeah, let's do it. First one is Denmark.
I'm not scared to love you, but I'm scared of breaking my heart. If we go back to the start, you'll still be breaking my heart. If we go back to the start, you'll still be breaking my heart.
Yes, what can I say about this song? It's not really my type of song personally, and it's like you wait the whole song to hear this bang chorus, but it doesn't really come. Does that make sense? But there's parts of the song that I enjoy, but overall I just think it's a very weak song. I don't know how well it will do, being the first one as well in a long semi-final. I don't know how well it will do. I see them struggling a little bit to qualify, but it's really hard to predict the semi-final for me because it's just songs after songs and it's just the same levels, and yeah, it was nice. Oh, you're tied, so who wants to go first?
Oh,
I can go first if you want.
yeah.
So I like the song in general. I think it's pretty fresh. It's that kind of song that you listen to in the background of like a video, like a random video. You'd hear it. It's fresh. It's kind of youthful, if you want to call it that. I think it has a nice modern beat. I like it, but Eurovision-wise, I'm not sure how it will play on live, because studio version for me is really great. I don't know in May how it's gonna be put forward on stage. I'm really curious, but it's a lot. We have a lot of wild cards, a semi-final, but I think Denmark has that kind of advantage that it's fresh, and it really depends who's gonna vote in that night, because a lot of people who use social media are gonna watch the live show and they're gonna vote. I think they would vote for this song.
I agree. That was a lot of things in common, actually. That was surprising. I thought people hated the song, but I don't mind it. I watched the Danish MGP and it really wasn't horrible. I've seen a lot of people have it low on their list, but like I said, I really don't mind it at all. I'm not gonna be mad if it doesn't qualify, but if it does, good for them. I really don't think the Nordic countries are weak this year either, like any of them.
Okay, well, I'll just start. For the Denmark, I think this song is not gonna qualify. Honestly, I don't believe this song is an Eurovision song at all. Like, it's not a Eurovision song at all. The robotic voice that is used in this song is suitable for social media today, for TikTok and for those kind of sort of videos, but it's not. It's simply not for this kind of competition, and that is why I gave it such a low rating.
Yeah.
I feel like it cuts off during the playing of the song. The music cuts off every time. The melody is stopping all the time after every beat, and it doesn't give you any coherence or any kind of validity to the song. And I think that, just like I said, this is mostly the song that 12-year-olds I feel would vote for, but considering they don't have the money to pay for the votes, I really don't think Denmark is going to qualify.
So, yeah.
Yeah, let's just go around and say our place for the Denmark in our prediction list. Well, I put Denmark on my, just to make sure, 13th place. Denmark has been struggling a lot to qualify in the recent years. Last year I had Denmark really high on my list and they didn't qualify. And if they didn't qualify last year, I don't see them qualifying with this song. But yeah, 13th. But it's just like, my list is like anyone can really qualify, to be honest.
Yeah, same here. I think there's a lot of songs that are like a hit or miss situation, like a lot of them. Like even if they're really enjoyable songs, which I really like, I still feel like televoting wise, I could see them have any place almost. I put Denmark on my 10th place. It's as I said, there's a lot of borderline qualifiers. I think Denmark just depends on the staging. Because as a song, as I said before, it's quite okay, quite good. I like it personally. It's just a matter on how it's will be staged.
I actually did the same. 10th place. It's borderline qualifier. It's like you said, it depends on who votes on the day. For sure.
Yeah.
And for Denmark, I put it on my 14th place because even though it is my personal second worst song in this semi-final, I still think there will be some small portion of the audience who will vote for it, but not even close enough for it to be a borderline.
So next one is Armenia. We all had actually really high ratings for Armenia, and the lowest actually was me in Dylan, but I don't mind starring. If it was now, I think I would have given a little bit higher to Armenia, because when I gave my ratings, it was just a few days after the song came out, and I think she's really good live, because we've seen her perform. I don't know if you have, but I've seen her performing in the Eurovision parties, and that rap part where she just sings without breathing, I thought that was going to be a miss and a flop, but she actually managed to sing it really well. And after that, her voice didn't sound any different. She was just singing well again. And I do see the song having such an amazing stage if they do it very smartly. And I don't think she'll have any problem qualifying at all. I think we'll be very surprised with Armenia. And even though she's in the 10th place in the running order, I think she'll break the curse.
I personally like Armenia's song. It really reminds me of their other entries like 2016, 2017. Like they have the similar vibe, which I really like. It's Armenian, you feel it's Armenian. As you said, like it's on the second spot to sing, but Brunette has sang so well in the pre-parties. She's a really talented singer. I can see her doing very well on stage, like whatever the staging is. So I think it's pretty safe to see Armenia qualifying. And I personally, like the first time I heard it, I thought I really liked the lyrics first of all, and even the melody, but I thought something's kind of missing. But later on it just grows on you, and watching her live, like seeing the pre-parties, I'm like, wow, she's a really talented singer.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if I actually, if my ranking is below Mario's here, but
you give it a 9.
Okay, yeah. So I was probably last. I probably gave it highest. Now I would not give it a 9, but it's not. It's without a doubt gonna qualify. That's no problem. People seem to love it, or at least on social media. It's not my personal favorite this year, but it's really not that bad either. Like I said, it's definitely gonna qualify. It's gonna be interesting to see her live.
Yeah.
Well, on Armenia, it also grew on my personal favorite list. I'm sure this song is gonna qualify first of all. I don't think there is any doubt about that. I feel like that this kind of music, this kind of song is something that's a new modern music. You have a slow start and that gains velocity and it builds up, and we just wait for some pop, let's call it like that, and we get it. Also, but the thing, unlike only how do I say that? I'm trying to find a proper word. Sorry. Well, let's say it like that. This song doesn't only have the good build-up, but it has a great instrumental to support it. I think that's the best way to describe it, and that also means that it will definitely stand out. And judging by the pre-parties, her live vocals are on point, which I was honestly afraid of, considering that this song is also polished, nicely polished in the studio version. But I was not disappointed, and just like I said, I'm 100% sure this will qualify.
Let's just go around again and say our placements for Armenia on our list. I have Armenia 4th place, and the only reason I don't have Armenia on top 3 is because it's the second place on the running order. I still think she qualify with no problem, but because there's still 14 songs after her, I think she'll still qualify. But I think if she performed a little bit later on the show, she would have probably finished first.
I agree with you, Vitor. I put Armenia on 5th place. I do believe if she performed later on the semifinal, she would be like around 3rd place. And with the juries, I think they'll definitely help her even more. So I'm definitely thinking she's gonna do really well and gonna qualify. And I think that in the grand final, if she does, which I'm pretty much confident that she will qualify, she'll do even better.
Yeah. I don't know, the differences are starting. I put her as my first because I didn't have anyone else there. So I really I just had to put someone first, and I don't know if she's actually, I don't know if this is a correct prediction at all, but I don't see anyone else as even like possible there.
On my list of on my predictions list, I put it on my 5th place.
Well, next is Romania, and the lowest is me. Like taste-wise, the song doesn't do anything for me. Sometimes it feels like it's a little bit of a mess because I think he was trying to do so much different genres in one song, but not two different genres, if that makes sense. But vocally, he's like amazing vocalist. I mean, I think male-wise, he's probably one of the best ones. And if he does the same stage as he did on the national selection, that was terrible. That was really, really bad. I'm hoping he changes the whole thing just to give him a chance to qualify, but I don't see Romania qualifying at all this year. I don't see them getting enough votes from the televote. I think if juries were in this footing on the semifinal, he would have got a quite few amount of the jury's votes, but just televote, I just don't see Romania qualifying. Maya.
Well, it's gonna conflict with how I write it, but the song really doesn't do much for me. Like, he's a good vocalist, but it feels like it's just a bit messy, and there's too many things happening. But I think it will qualify, but only because people like the craziness. If people are feeling crazy this year, then it's perfect.
So I personally like the Romanian song, the Romanian entry. I think it has this 2000s vibes. I would probably, if I didn't know the year, like I never watched Eurovision and I just had to guess the year, I would guess like 2006, like that kind of years. But I don't think it's outdated. I don't think it's very popular among the crowd. I don't see a lot of people voting for it. The acoustic version and the beginning, like with the revamp, I'm not sure that was really necessary because the bridge between the acoustic and the build-up is like really quick, and then he starts singing really fast, and I think that did more harm than good. But I still like it personally. I'm not sure how well it will be with the public.
Well, anyway, about Romania, actually, from a personal standpoint, I actually don't hate this song. I can say I love it. I used to like it way more than I do now. I think the problem, well, there are a couple of problems with this song. The first problem is the staging, which is just what's going on. I think that if they want to have any chance of qualifying, that staging should be different. It feels like they're trying to be sexy, but he's failing miserably at it. Basically, that's how the staging feels for me. But on the pro side, on the positive side, I like the mixing of the genres in this song, and I like the theme of this song because he sings about the toxic partner and how she manipulates him through sex, through different things. We can find out if we translate the song in English. Just kidding. But anyway, I think this song is not gonna qualify, especially if it keeps the staging like this. If the staging changes, I can see it qualifying because his vocal range is also pretty nice. But that staging is gonna kill everything if it stays like that. That's it.
Yeah, let's just go around and say our placements for Romania in our predictions list. And I have Romania in my last place. I just don't see them getting enough votes, and the placement. I mean, third on the running order after Armenia before Estonia. I don't think it will stay memorable to people when the show ends.
It's not. Is it my turn? Yeah, no. Yeah, it is. It's gonna, like I said, it's gonna conflict with how I talked about it. I put it 8, but that's because I think it's gonna qualify, but I don't necessarily want it to.
I personally would like to see Romania qualify, but I put it at 15th place. I think it will gather some votes. Like, it is a fun song after all. I can see people vote for it, but like not the majority. Like, I don't see it earn like tons of 10s and 12 points. Like, I think it would scoop up a couple of points from here and there, but not that much to boost it up a lot. But I really love his voice. He's a really great vocalist, and I'd love to see more content from him.
Oh yeah, for sure. And he has a big passion for the song as well, because you could tell by the interview he was just talking about the song. I've already spoke. He was just talking with passion about the song and the song.
And my predictions list. Sorry, I put it on my 12th place because I'm hoping for the change of stage.
I actually put it.
Oricât skill, pe orice stil, cât de fin ea mă fac într-un film. Mă simt iar copil, mă învârt